think we've started the episode, have we?
Have we? I don't know. You look busy.
Yeah, you're loading your computer.
Can't you see I'm a little busy?
Can't you see I'm a little busy here?
Was Monsieur Pant based off the dude in The Incredibles? What's the dude in The Incredibles called?
The bad guy?
Yeah,
Bon Voyage.
Bon Voyage. Yeah.
That's my favourite villain I've ever seen.
I don't know who he is. I
He's
have
the
to
guy
see it.
at the start of The Incredibles. There is a terrorist who is bombing things, but he is called Bon Voyage, and he's French, and he's in like a stripy white.
He's in the mime.
he's in a mime outfit.
Oh, his
You know,
name
like-
is Bomb. Like
Bomb,
Bon
yeah,
Voyage.
Bon Voyage. It's awesome. It's so funny.
You know, like the start where he's trying to be Incrediboy? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and he like stuffs everything up.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
when it
right.
becomes Syndrome.
Yeah.
No spoilers for a movie that's like... How old? Do you reckon Incredibles...
so old.
What year did it come out? Do you reckon it's 20 years old yet?
I'm just having a look. 2004.
Oh,
It's close.
wow.
Close. Close.
19.
That's crazy.
Apparently, the original idea for his name would be Bomb Perignon.
Someone was having way too much
Way too much fun.
Over at Pixar, like what weird French names can we come in that sounds like other French things?
That's so good.
Bon Perignon.
Bon Voyage.
Voyage is very sarcastic, mocking Incrediboy for trying to intervene on him.
It's
Oh,
absolute
Incrediboy is the one that's
cinema
not got the
masterpiece.
magic
What's the
powers.
one that
and
turns
he's-
into Syndrome.
He's the bad guy, yeah.
Who's actually the voice from My Name is Earl. Not
Really?
My Name is Earl. Yeah, My Name is Earl, because it's
Oh.
Jason Lee, who was a professional skateboarder.
Oh,
Mm.
He was on Blind.
that's wild.
Fun
He's
facts
a
here.
very
on-
good skateboarder.
Fun facts here on the Chip Lunch podcast.
That's it.
Welcome back, everyone.
Oh, we've begun.
We've been gone for a while.
Oh, have we?
I think we began a while ago, actually, talking about The Incredibles.
Excellent.
What a way to start.
Welcome
We're actually
to
a
the- welcome
movie
to-
review podcast.
Welcome to the incredible podcast that
Yes.
is Chip Lunch.
That's very true. It's been a while. Been a while
Yeah.
since we've been on. It's been a while since we've actually recorded an episode as well. I was thinking we can talk about Week Away.
Sure. Sounds good.
Quite a good reaction to our Week Away companion podcast for the drive down.
I
thought.
heard only good things.
I only
which is
heard,
very
yeah,
good.
Which, yeah, I mean, we only heard good things. Maybe.
Oh, I'm sure there was a whole lot of.
It was
whole lot
downloaded
of
60 odd
dramas
times, so I
Oh,
was
sick.
maybe there was. We only heard 3 people say good things, and the rest were bad.
Yeah, maybe. No, I got a lot of really lovely feedback. Actually, it was really nice that. Yeah, it was a thing that we could do as a church together, and it was fun to put it on Chip Lunch as a part of it. But it was really cool just to. I had one family thought that it would be around in trivia. And
Oh,
so
yeah, that's right. They did.
Like taking notes as they went down, which is really fun. I love that.
That's a
Yeah.
good idea for next year.
Well, I was actually told not to say that, and then because if we did do it next year, they would be the only ones who know.
They'll never know.
They'll never know that we know.
They need to listen to the Chip Lunch podcast.
I think that was the Bareilles, wasn't it? They were convinced that there was going to be around on trivia, so they were taking notes on the way down. And then I got accused of speeding because someone was listening to it at 1.5 times speed.
I had 3 people come up to me and say, Joel
Yeah,
was
there was
driving a bit
multiple people.
fast. Oh, wait.
Yeah. The Baileys, I think Jabish
Yep.
said the same thing.
Yep. And Jai said the same thing.
Yeah.
The funny thing was like, if you're listening from the start and we're apparently way too far ahead, like even just through the like Engadine, like I must have been going pretty quick
Oh, yeah, totally.
through all the traffic.
It's like, oh, Joel is going very fast.
If
You're
you'd
going to
like
have to do it at exact conditions next time, like that time on a Friday to get the traffic conditions right.
Get it
Oh,
lined
we
up.
might have to do that.
Yeah.
Traffic conditions. It might be open when we do that.
In
as
saying
well,
that, I did have a lot of people say it lined up pretty well.
Yeah.
Like so.
I haven't listened to it, so you can tell me whatever you want about it.
You're not one of the 72 downloads.
No, I'm not.
That's what I was looking at.
Unfortunately.
It's been downloaded 72 times, and I was going to look on YouTube how many views we got, because we've got a few on that too.
People
Oh,
watching
really?
watching YouTube while driving.
Yeah,
That's dangerous.
just watching us drive. I mean, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think it was a fun idea.
Yeah,
It's something you've been talking about for a couple of years as well.
Yeah, we've
which is
been
pretty
been
cool.
wanting to do it for a while, and it was really fun to kick off a really cool week as we kind of got an opportunity to start together. If you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
we had to start together a few hours early, which was really fun.
Friday night's normally always one of my favorite nights, but I feel like this year was everyone was really excited.
Oh, really?
It was
That's cool.
Really fun.
Yeah, they were really
It was
pumped.
pumping.
It was
Because
awesome.
I was not there, which is very annoying.
Yeah, you were ill.
Very ill.
Very ill.
It's got 55 views. Now that's just
YouTube.
like people clicking it. So if you look at the analytics, sorry to come back to it.
If it's got one like, it's normally me.
Yeah, it's because you look at it like how quickly people get off it. It's like 96% at 0, and then after a minute 5, it's down to 30%,
Nice.
and then it just keeps dropping. And then some people have
Oh, it
watched
picks
it
up a bit.
between 7 and 9% stay the whole time.
Nice.
Yeah,
Very cool.
Quality.
average view duration 8 minutes.
Lovely.
There you go.
You can only do 8 minutes at a time. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's when you're sitting at the traffic lights. 8 minutes. That's a long time. Sorry to go back. Yeah, I was quite ill. I don't know if it was you that made me sick.
Yeah, someone
on
made me sick, and I think I probably gave it to you.
Like recording the
Yeah.
the companion pod,
Yeah.
or I think it could have been like all the boys in Leo's football team were sick with the same thing. So it could have been from them too.
How does it feel to suffer for your art?
I did. I felt like I wasn't suffering for the art because I was going down the coast and we did the drive, and then I came back, and then I got sick. So it wasn't really.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it really applies.
It's done.
I'm not an artist like you,
Oh, okay.
starving artist. It's just,
There's nothing in
I
this
made
cup.
myself. I made myself sick just so I could write about the experience.
Exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, that was. I mean, I've told so many before, but that was a terrible sickness that I had. It's the worst illness I've ever had, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I reckon
That's a high bar.
possibly ever.
Wow.
In terms of like a flu cold thing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
COVID.
pretty sure there's some worse things out there.
No, that I've had.
Yeah, right. So that's pretty rough.
Seriously, guys, it's the worst one.
The
Yeah.
worst illness you could
anyone has
have.
ever had.
That's not what I was saying.
No one has been more sick than me. By the end of the week, yes, I wasn't week away, but still.
I made everyone have the worst illness ever when I turned up. Sounds like what do you call it? Like like those movies where they release like a biological weapon or something.
Joel is
Oh, it was the biological weapon.
That's
Super
the trailer.
Yeah, super spreader.
Oh.
But yeah,
Blimey.
I still enjoyed being on week away. It was good, but it did take me a while to get better to fully enjoy it.
Yeah.
But any highlights from week away? But you said Friday night, Braden.
Oh, yeah, I'll
That was
always say
pumping.
Friday night. Yeah, I think it just started with there was like a really good energy. Dicker did a really fun explanation of going through what kind of Revelations is in terms of apocalyptic literature and like taking things literally or not literally. And that was really fun for him. He just did a section where he was like asking people to he like played was it Black Dog?
Yeah,
What
it was
was
Black
it?
Dog.
He played a book that's very metaphorical, and then said like, oh, it's like a book about a dog, and people were like, well, no, it's a book, and he got people to say what the book was about. It's like, well, no, it's about depression, or it's about this. It's like, no, it's a book about a dog. Didn't you read the book? It's obviously a book about a dog, and he was trying to make a point about like obviously apocalyptic literature and when to take things literally and when to read behind the meaning of things, but he did it in a really fun and engaging way.
It was really good.
Because people think about it. And
yeah. And there were some people that just couldn't wrap their head
Yeah,
around
it got people a bit
yeah, it
cross.
was very fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he was just up there like playing devil's
and
advocate
being
in the way-
confrontational in
Yeah.
the way that he was doing it. So
Yeah,
it was
he
very
was,
fun.
he was picking fights. It was really funny.
Yeah,
I also
right.
learned that you need to prep the person you're going to interview before you interview them. We forgot to tell Dick that we were interviewing him. So that meant for a more chaotic time.
It didn't help that we were both emceeing, and so we probably like Braden was all very organized and came up to me and was like, "This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing." But I didn't then go and follow up those things at
No,
all.
because I was doing music and you
Yeah.
were doing other things.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
oh well. Lesson learned, but very fun.
Lesson
Yeah,
learned indeed.
other highlights. I enjoyed dressing up. The
Yep.
boys' hall
We
dressed up in our Sunday best.
What were you call it? The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Sorry,
yeah,
the
the lodge. The Lodge of Esteemed
Lodge.
Gentlemen.
Okay.
Esteemed Gentlemen. So we decided to have our own secret theme this year and dress up in our Sunday best on Sunday, which was very fun and just silly for us. It was fun to. I was chatting to a few people who go to Sunday morning over breakfast at Kaluna, and I was like, "You don't wear this every week?" So I thought you guys dressed up every week. I haven't been to Sunday in a while, but this is what it was like.
It does look like you're in like Men in Black or The Matrix.
Well, that was the
Yeah.
cool thing was we had dressed up like that, and because the Week Away videos were spy themed, all the kids thought we had dressed up as spies. For the
Yeah,
Week Away
yeah, they
video,
thought we did it for
Very
that.
cool.
which I thought was really fun, and maybe next year. Say we've already done pirates, but say we did pirates for the Week Away videos. I think it would be actually really fun to just have a whole bunch of people dress up as pirates because the kids seem to really enjoy
Yeah, they
the
loved
fact
it.
that there was secret agents walking around.
It was awesome.
So that was a
so good.
highlight. Unintended but fun.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy? You put in the majority of the work, Ethan, for the Week Away videos.
They were super fun.
Yeah,
They were really, really fun.
Yep.
It was just very silly, as it is every year. I had a conversation with Tim Bilhartz as I was getting them prepped, and I was like, Tim, do you want me to like include anything in them so that that would be really helpful for the kids? And Tim was like, they're kids' videos? They're supposed to be helpful for the kids? And I'm like, yeah, kind of. I guess they're never really.
That's what got the ball rolling.
Yeah, that's how we started. And he was like, yeah, no, you're fine, just go with it. And so that was really fun. And so yeah, there's this cool freedom to have fun with it, and it's a thing where we're just blessing the church with a laugh in the morning rather than anything else really. But yeah, it is good fun, and it's great to be able to call it the kids videos.
Yeah.
Because like that's who it's aimed at, but like everyone else is doing all the laughing, which is really good.
Yeah, that's right. My favourite one was when we did the cribs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
From Monsip, and it's like I'm talking about griefs. Here's my sister and her good for nothing husband.
That got a roar. It was very, very good.
That was good fun. Highlights for me. Trying to think. I enjoyed the soiree.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday Arvo.
Mm-hmm.
Always good.
Always good. And mainly because I was obviously still getting better, like I said, but like to sit out in the sun, in the warm sun, and not be too cold until the sun went down. When it did get way too cold, I was like, oh, this is very pleasant.
But then Pete warmed us up. I think Pete being the closer of the people playing was perfect.
Yeah,
because
okay.
He got people really into it by busting out some songs that you wouldn't expect from Pete and got the crowd going. It was good.
It was
Speaking
good.
of
The crowd going. I was at my kids' school open day on Wednesday, and my daughter was in the choir, and they did You're the Voice.
Hey.
Bit of Farnsey.
Yeah.
John Farnham.
Quality.
That was well, because we had some John Farnham on Tuesday night as well for the 90s.
Yeah.
That was good fun.
That was very fun.
That was a
That was
massive
all
highlight of
Curly.
mine. That was unreal.
Curly organised that and got the ball rolling. That and Pete as well helped massively, and it was epic. It was very fun.
Cool to have Mike Dicker on the drums for a few of the songs.
Yeah, and Phil Bray on the guitar. Absolutely killing it on Pulp.
Incredible.
Also, yeah, watching Pete change the lyrics to Common People by Pulp as he came across inappropriate lyrics at a time was very funny. Like, yeah, I think the encouraging thing about something like that is someone was excited to do something and then they went and got other people excited to do it, and then we had a ball. And I think that's what Week Away activities.
Yeah.
I feel like that's when they're at their best, is when someone's like, I'm really keen to do this, and other people are like, yeah, okay, like, let's go do that.
All right.
And so like that's a really fun. Like, it was a really fun thing to do as an arts, like as members of the arts team, but it was just really fun to do as friends, more importantly, which is what was really, really cool. And like everyone got to have a party. We got to play some silly, like I got to play some Green Day and some Blink-182, which made me happy. Pete got to play some Pearl Jam. Curly got to play some Dashboard Confessional. So yeah, it was, and Matt Baker killing it with the straightened
Jebediah?
hair.
And
Jebediah and
What was his-
REM.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was really fun.
Yeah,
It was so
everyone got into it. That was what was fun about
Jai
it.
pulling up the music videos was really fun.
It was such a good vibe. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, it's fun when you have a whole bunch of people get excited and do creative things. Like, yeah, it's really fun.
So what era do you think is next year?
Oh, yeah. Do you go forward or do you go back?
Oh, that's right.
Or do you stay in the 90s forever?
I know. I was like this week. I was listening to Offspring. I'm like, oh, this should have been in the 90s. Well,
I count them more as 2000s, but I think that's just me listening to that era of Offspring. They're definitely like 90s.
I think one of their best albums, like I forget what it's called, but it's like later 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's like, do you stay in the 90s? Because there's a lot of ground we didn't cover. There's a lot of things in the 90s we could do. But also, would you start creeping forward, 2000s? Or start creeping back, 80s? I feel like 80s is too overdone. I don't want to go near the 80s.
Yeah.
The original idea, though, was not actually, let's just play some music we want to play. And then it just turned out that everyone likes almost exclusively 90s music.
It was never 90s music. It was like Kirili and Pete's favourite songs.
And then it just became...
It became 90s as like an easier way to distinguish things. But there are songs in there that weren't from the 90s.
Yeah, no,
I didn't think there were. I think some of them were like, this feels either older or newer.
Yeah.
Yeah, 80s, I don't know, man.
80s, like, I love the 80s. That's like all my parents' music. But yeah, I don't know.
There's some good 80s music, but I hate the era.
I don't know. I go through phases.
Yeah.
The 80s.
I feel that. 80s and 90s are the two cringe eras.
Oh, 90s is so good, man. We we didn't even get into like Alice in Chains. All the heavy stuff. Soundgarden's my favorite.
Yeah, okay.
But Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, more Pearl Jam.
Yep.
Like, oh man. Like more Nirvana. Like, so good. So good.
I feel like you also... no, Metallica probably got popular in the late 80s.
Well, Black Album was 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe...
I don't know.
Maybe we
when
have
did
to
Master of Puppets come out? Is that 80s?
Let's have a look. This is turning now into a
music
podcast.
From movies
Send through
to
your
music.
favourite 90s song for next year or never. Who knows what we're going to do.
Why don't we say if there was one song that you would like to be played at the next week away?
No guarantee that we're doing it, but if we do.
Yeah, put it in the comments.
Master of Puppets is 86. Do it for the algorithm,
86,
guys.
wow, I'm way off.
Master.
Because I thought Black Album was later
Oh, is it?
than 80s.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I like... I'm a massive Oasis fan.
Oh, yes.
And so I think we did Pop when we did Oasis, but I would like more Oasis and maybe some Blur. But that's just preference.
Some Blur.
That would have been very fun. Nah, but it was a really good night. And like you were saying before, it was such a cool combination of, hey, we're just mates doing stuff.
Yeah.
Let's all get excited about that.
And enjoy
and
it,
for the band, that was really cool to see you guys all get excited about that. But it was also really fun to have us in the crowd getting excited about it. Particularly, there was a few moments where all these young teenagers were in there and didn't know any of the songs.
Yeah.
Like they kept being like, I don't know.
Well, Leo, my son Leo's like, I like this, but I don't like it that there's no lyrics on the screen.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't sing anything.
Yeah, totally.
Next time.
Oh, well, maybe not for some of them.
Yeah,
but
not the lyrics or something.
I think it was
There's a reason why it was hard time picking Nirvana songs.
It was an intentional decision. But yeah, it was just really fun that even despite that and despite the generational thing going on there was all this fun and excitement from everyone, which was really, really cool.
A lot of crowd surfing.
Crowd surfing, yeah.
And such a testament to what Week Away really is about, I think. It was really, really cool.
Because it wasn't like it was also a good cross section across our gatherings as well.
Totally.
Which was fun. Yeah. Did you enjoy Metallica Black Album 1991?
Wow, I was way off.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't need to go there. I was about to start talking about the cover album they released for 30 years of that album, and it's really good. But I'm not going to go there.
I'm going to have to listen to that, but that's cool. Trivia, I thought went quite well.
Yeah.
I think everyone had a good time. I think.
It got a bit rowdy. It was hard.
It did get a bit rowdy.
The backstory behind that is not having Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we didn't have
really
Wi-Fi.
killed us in the music department.
It did. That made it a lot harder for us.
It made it harder to bring vibes, but the vibes were brought by the people instead.
Yeah, which was really great. And oh my goodness, the winning team was outrageous.
Yes.
So for years and years and years, we have watched the current generation of teenagers be kids through trivia, right, and lose every year. And then, particularly last year, they came in last place. And then this year, they were all age, all stage, and Greaves.
Yeah, so
And
it's just the
was there-
teenagers and groups.
Yeah, it was teenagers and Greaves. And I think Tom was
Yeah.
Tom on that team. Someone else was on that team as well. But that was it. Like it was all these. And then when they were announcing the winners, they all like they didn't hear their name
Yeah.
until like second or third. Like, and they were still there and they hadn't heard their name yet. And they fully all were like, "Oh, it's all right. They've probably forgotten that we were playing." Like that's where they went to. And then they won, and they were like, just throwing things and screaming and yelling. Lucy Ware lost her voice. Like
Going
they were so excited because they'd gone from zero to hero. It's my favorite. I love an underdog story.
Yeah.
And so that was my highlight of trivia was seeing a victory well won.
It's
Yeah.
good
by
to
the
have
underdogs.
a different team win compared to the like usual 3 teams.
This
that
is
are
true
up
as
there.
well.
Yeah.
And-
Though I think it has been shared around a lot.
Yeah, I think so.
Lately, especially.
It's because we're mixing it up so much with all the different random questions.
Yeah,
Oh
totally.
yeah. All the different rounds were sick. Manda's intro, the dance troupe at the start.
Unbelievable.
I just again, it's like the music thing.
Unbelievable.
I love when someone's like, "I've got a great idea," and I'm going to get other people excited about it. Like so good. And like getting Kim involved in choreography, like it was.
Oh, is that what happened?
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah,
was
that was,
it?
it was
That's cool.
very much a group effort. I don't know whose idea it was to start with,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was very cool to have people get excited and do stuff like that to make things more fun.
Yeah, I think. And I just enjoy having lots of different people come up there and just share something that they enjoy,
Yeah, absolutely.
like geography.
Well, we learned we need an answers round next time.
Yeah.
Yes,
we
we
should
need
probably
an
do
answers
an
round.
some
Because,
answers round as a
yeah.
break.
Yeah,
To help
I had a
people.
few people like come and grab my laptop afterwards just to scroll through the answers. The people who like needed to know if things are
Oh,
right or
really?
wrong, especially with like rounds like fees round where like it was on the church plan, so it was very specific. So it's not exactly like you can walk out and just Google what the highest mountain is and whatever. Like, like that to actually go and try and get answers out of fee, which
Yeah.
was fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Jai's favourite afternoon tea at Woolaware is gluten-free carrot cake.
Yes.
Made by Fees.
If anyone wants to make a gluten-free carrot cake and go up in competition against Fee's mum. It's funny we
I'd
call
love
it
to
Fee's
see that
mum. I
competition.
don't know what Fee's mum's name is.
Robin.
Robin. There you go. Thank you. Robin's carrot cake.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Robin.
Go visit. I almost said Woolaware. I said Woolaware during the round, didn't I? Cronulla.
That is a
Go visit
while
Cronulla. Say
ago.
hi to Robin.
Yeah, that's a while ago since we moved to Cronulla.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
I have one.
Yes.
Are we moving away from trivia? Is that what you
Yes.
mean? Yes. Well, so we haven't had camp fun at Week Away for a long
Oh,
time.
this is a good one.
And mostly because I think the culture is really nice and we
Yeah.
we
Oh.
don't
Well,
want to.
it's families rather than just young adults.
But also, I
Yeah.
can tell, there was a time when we were still at Soli's at Gaimere where there was a talk about, hey, we're going to stop doing
Yeah,
camp
because it
fun.
got out of hand.
Yep.
And I'm not sharing this story because I think we should launch back into the getting out of hand, but it was very funny.
It's a good story.
And it has a great follow-up that I don't think Joel's heard about.
Oh.
So what happened on camp was a bunch of the guys from the Lodge of Esteemed Gentlemen, so Braden and I room.
Though we don't want to be.
That's a
attached.
large.
we don't want to be
if,
attached
if,
to.
if anyone doesn't know, that's a large hall at Kaluna, isn't
Yes,
it?
there was
Yeah.
20 of us in a
Yes,
hall.
okay.
So there's a bunch of to save room, and to also bring vibes. There's a bunch of us that say, okay, we'll just sleep in the hall at Kaluna together.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of fun that goes along with that. Some people brought tents to set up in the hall. There was a machete.
Yeah.
There was a whole bunch of fun things.
It was wild.
Like people decorate the room. There was like a large photo of a pig.
Yep,
That said
Lewis
pig under
Lewis
it.
and I found a painting of a pig at Vinny's, and he was like, "I need to buy this." It was excellent.
there's a-
So that's
There's sculptures made of chairs.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of
it was
things.
glorious.
It's very fun. So we make the most of that.
Yeah. So that's the lodge, and some of the boys went for a trip to Nowra, and their aim of this trip was to go to the pet store and find some crickets. Now they wanted to prank Greaves, who is an excellent friend of the podcast,
And highly prankable.
well, I don't think he is because
Yeah.
But they learned their lesson.
They learned their
Yeah,
lesson.
This story is
Don't
so-
prank a veteran. Camp fun.
Someone else who was in Greaves's room was the lovely Tom Morgan.
Mom Torgan.
Mom Torgan. Tom Morgan, who had come all the way from England to hang out with us, which was fantastic. and he was in Greaves's room. And when they filled Greaves's shower with crickets, Tom was the one who first needed to go have a shower, and he walks in, and his first reaction was, "Oh my goodness, this is Australia. Maybe all of these things could kill me," because fair enough, like we're dangerous. And you don't trust the bugs in this country. But he had to make a decision. It was have a shower and brave the whatever these bugs were, or just not shower. And he was like, no, I'm going to do this. And so he went in there and he realized that they were just crickets, and he put them all in. He dealt
killed
with
a
them
few
all.
of them or something.
I think so.
He dealt with them.
He dealt with them.
Yeah.
He dealt with the crickets, and he had his shower, and he told Greaves, and Greaves had an idea. Yeah. And so Greaves' idea was to get one of the pastors involved. He got Jai, and he told Jai to go to Lewis and Jack and the other boys that were involved and say, "Boys, the prank was really cool and all, but you've actually really upset someone, and they want to go home because of what you've done. You should probably go talk to Greaves."
Yeah, and Tom's come all the way.
All the way from England, and he wants to go all the way home to England. You should probably go talk to him. And so they go inside, okay, and they talk to Greaves, and Greaves is like totally serious and totally deadpan and explaining the situation, but also saying, "Don't talk to Tom just yet, because Tom's in a conversation, but you need to talk to him." And so he's queued up Tom to have this conversation, but what he's done here is he's made the boys sweat. And at this point, Braden and I are aware of it. We're sitting in the corner watching them outside pace.
Yeah, they're like, "Look, is he still in the conversation? Pace.
Oh, they were
like, "Oh, is he still talking?" Because Tom was having lunch with someone, and so he was chatting with them, and they were just kind of like looking through the window to see if he was done eating.
And you see a bashful Lewis walk across the room after a while, and he stands up and goes, "Hi." He hasn't even talked to Tom at this point ever. He's like,
they've never spoken to Tom.
"Hi, you Tom, I'm Lewis. Like, can we have a chat?" And Tom's like, "Okay, boys, like, let's have a talk. Let's go outside." And so they go outside.
And they walk to the other end. They walk to the other end.
Well, Greaves stands up at the window, arms crossed, watching them. But Tom is making eye contact with Greaves and trying not to laugh. So Tom goes, "All right, boys, let's go for a walk." And they walk all the way down the
other end of Watersley?
On the other end of Watersley. And eventually Tom I think breaks, and it was just hilarious. But so that was glorious.
Wasn't he like,
in the words of Jack Bruce, I have never been more uncomfortable in my life.
And like, was it psychological torture?
Yeah. Lewis called it psychological warfare, and the biggest testament to brains over brawn ever.
It was just so well played.
It was so good. It was
especially as
such a good reverse card.
As bystanders who were just sitting in the corner witnessing it.
And they genuinely hated it. They genuinely suffered.
Because I think Tom said, like, "Don't let this stop you from doing camp fun again," or something.
So he then goes back to England, and he goes to Patton Church, and in the intro to his sermon about 10 days ago, he tells the story of the crickets.
Oh, that's so cool.
And that is a couple of days before their camp. Fast forward 5 days, and there's a family on camp going nuts because there are crickets all over the compartment of their eldest kids, aged 19 to 22, who are threatening to go home or punch whoever did it. The mum is in tears, saying all her hard work to get her boys to come has been undone. It was drama all round. The next day, I opened my bag to find it crawling with crickets. I am so proud of the anonymous person who picked up the baton and ran with it. The reaction of the family was so extreme. I think they're all scared to confess, but the family have calmed down a bit now. So I have been cricketed twice in a month. Absolute gold.
That's heaps
It
fun.
was awesome.
Yeah.
Did you tell Jack and Lewis that?
Yeah, Lewis sent that to Lewis.
That's cool.
And he sent that to Greaves as well, I think.
So now it's a bonding moment
Yeah.
for Lewis and Jack and the boys and Tom.
And Tom.
That's
It was
pretty
awesome.
cool.
And then Jack and Lewis properly met Tom, and they actually hung out, which was great.
Yeah.
Because Tom's excellent.
Yes.
Would recommend.
Yes.
It was very fun having Tom around.
It was very fun having Tom around.
He's an awesome dude, and he's got some great stories about both teaching and being a pastor in England, and it was very. He's very easy to talk
Sounds
to.
like
and very
he was
fun.
at a wild school. Some of
Yeah.
the things that he was saying, it's like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
But that's like the cool thing about Week Away is you just have that extended time to chat with people
and get those stories.
yeah, exactly. Get those stories going. And about, I think we had the same as I think every year normally happens. Like Tuesday night just kicked on, and we were
So
all up
late.
very late and all telling very funny stories and just crying. It was so
It
fun.
was so good.
Just everyone's overtired,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was very good.
I like a Tuesday night Articulate game.
Oh,
Is actually pretty good because it's more about just hanging out than
Yeah.
anything else. Like
Yeah,
that's
totally.
2 week aways in a row I've played Articulate late-ish at night. And then
Yeah.
it got to like 10:30, 11. I'm like, I got to go to bed.
oh, we
Yeah,
I
see,
got,
we
I
were,
got
we,
someone
were,
to sub in.
we were on Tuesday night cooking meat on
Oh,
a hibachi grill
Yeah.
at
Two?
2 in the morning,
2 or
3 in the
3?
morning, and then
Yeah.
Jack was eating he called it the Week Away burger, which was just 2 pieces of raisin bread with a bit of meat in between it,
That sounds all right though.
and it apparently was really good,
Yeah.
and he really enjoyed it.
I feel like
But,
the sweet raisins might cut through the
Well, that was it.
what do we call it? The fattiness of the meat.
Yeah, the undercooked meat.
Oh, was it undercooked?
I don't know. It was 3 in the morning, and they were trying to cook it on this tiny little grill. It was
And
really
can't
funny.
see it, you
Yeah.
can't see it.
It was
either.
so good.
it was so cold.
It was so cold.
Yeah.
I felt Week Away was quite cold for the first few days too. I don't know if you
No,
experienced
not
that.
as bad as I've had it before. I don't think.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I've underpacked here.
I feel like normally I need like a jacket on. I was just wearing a hoodie.
Oh, there you go. Speaking of hoodies, did you enjoy your hoodies?
Loved the
Yes.
hoodies.
Yeah, I want to buy. I think, well, to plug, sell, buy. We're doing a reprint of the hoodies. I'm going to buy it in the other color
Oh, are you?
because I like the darker one, but I like the lighter one as well. So.
Oh,
Though I was very tempted to like try and find a tie-dye hoodie or something to screen print it on, but I won't do that.
the lighter hoodie came out really well. I thought. Like you
Yeah,
said.
they both look sick.
Mm,
both
yeah,
look
they
sick.
do. Both do. I just thought the dark one, yep, like tick. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not sure about this one, but we need to do a different color. But then when people wear them, like, oh, that
Yeah, it looks really
good.
Mm.
So yeah, that was cool.
Shout out to Hello Studios.
Yes, for the design.
Creation menu.
And shout out to my wife, Karen, and Manda, who packed all the orders
Yeah.
while I was
on
in bed.
your deathbed
On
with the worst sickness.
The worst, sickness anyone's ever seen.
There is
Go
no,
and do the jumpers.
there is no
I'm
worse
dying here.
I'm dying.
This will be the last thing you ever do for me because I'll be dead.
sickness. Be dead.
Yeah, that was cool. I do like doing that, like just to have a thing that people can wear if they want to.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is just associated with that year's Week Away.
Yeah.
That's what's cool. Like
and they've been heavily repped.
They have
Especially
been. People are
youth.
wearing them all the
they
time.
have
Yeah.
been.
It's
Oh,
awesome.
and the beanies as well.
Yep.
I got one of the
Yeah.
beanies
Yeah, sorry,
on.
we didn't mention the beanies.
I was very excited that Katie also wanted a beanie, so
Yeah.
we both bought a separate beanie, like the different colors, and
Mm.
so now I have 2 beanies.
I did the same thing.
It's so good. It's so good.
That's cool.
Josh Jones embroidered his beanie.
He did.
Stitched JJ into it.
Did
which I
he?
think
Yeah,
I
I didn't know
enjoy
that.
when people start customizing things. That's
Yeah,
when
it's
I
very
think
cool.
it gets
Cool.
fun.
Brings me lots of joy.
But like that's the thing I think is that like that Creation Made New hoodie you'll associate with the story about like Tom and the Crickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Every time I
that's
wear
my
it.
favourite thing.
Yeah,
about
it'll be
that.
like, what week away was that? Oh,
Mm.
it was a week away with the Crickets, or
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
a week away with the band night.
yeah, or when
Whereas-
Joel had the worst illness ever.
or when we had the memoriam for Joel. We had Joel's wake. That was the soiree.
No, it's the '90s night. That was
Oh.
that was the wake.
That was the wake.
Oh, man.
Yes. Anyway,
I don't know if we told you this, but at on the Friday night we were like announcing the fact that there was merch, and I made eye contact with Mum at the back, and I was like, we should probably wait for Joel to give you all the clothes, but nah.
nah, don't worry about him. He's dead anyway.
Yeah, exactly right. He's already
He's
gone.
dead to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The other thing was the talks, just quickly. Like,
Oh.
Dicker
unreal.
did an unbelievably good
I
job.
very much enjoyed them. Yeah. it was
And
great.
also, like, I feel like just pitched them really well at
Mm.
a number of, like, so it meant that if you wanted to have a super deep theological conversation about Revelations, you could do that out of those talks.
Mm.
But also, Ethan and I were with the Week Away discussion group with the youth boys, and we had awesome conversations every day, and they were stoked, and they were taking notes, and they were really engaged in what he was doing. I feel like he hit that really, really good medium of being very engaging and up the front, but also just being allowing for people to go super deep if they wanted to, which was really nice.
Yeah, I thought it was really
well done.
It was really well done, and I'm very appreciative of his taking the time to do it for us.
And he just the whole family got involved. They're all hanging out. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
It was really lovely.
That.
It's really special when whoever's doing speaking, their whole family comes down and is part of it.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah, again, genuinely appreciate Mike and his family for doing that. I think one thing that stood out for me that I didn't realise before, the story like the Four Horsemen?
Oh, yeah.
And he talked about how the Four Horsemen aren't just coming like as part of the supposed apocalypse or whatever, there's that view of that, but also that it's a description of what the world is like now. So it's how, all the tough stuff that goes on in life is like they kind of represent various versions of that. I thought that was really helpful for me. And I thought when we were doing the discussion groups, like in my discussion group, it was great. We had a couple of people in there that are not usually in our community group, and it was just vibing. It was good. We had Weng and Iris and Charlie.
Awesome.
And it was really valuable because like Charlie and I, or especially Iris, weren't scared to say, what does that mean? Like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Like it's fair enough if you don't know that. Like we'll talk it through. But that, what I love about that is that when people who don't know as much about the Bible or just aren't sure about something,
or just newer Christians.
Yeah, newer Christians, they ask a question to figure it out. It actually makes, some of us that have been Christians for longer to go like revisit that, like, oh, what do I actually do? I actually understand that? Do I actually
where
believe
did I
that?
get that from? Or what am I just assuming?
Yeah, or challenges you as well. So I had to. That's one of probably my strongest memories from this week away was the talks, like you said, Braden, but leading into the discussion groups that we had. I think it was really fun, and we had some really effective chats, I thought.
Yeah, we've had it on You Go Fish. We just have had a fun tradition with the boys of walking and talking. But that then expanded to like trying to find a different wombat hole every day to sit around to have the chat. They're very creative and fun.
Did you find many?
Yeah, there's heaps.
Heaps.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we found one particular one that became the hole.
Yeah, it was very epic.
The hole.
The hole.
Oh, so did you return to that hole?
Yeah, many times.
Trying
to not let certain people crawl down it.
Wonder how deep do they go, do you reckon?
Too deep.
Oh, too deep.
I feel like, someone
deep enough.
I feel like you get
Deep enough.
claustrophobic.
Deep enough for
I'd
somebody
be
to
worried
hurt.
about it caving in or
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fair.
I was just going to say that on the topic of the talks, I think it was really cool that Tim was able to pull together, Tim Billhartz was able to pull together a kids curriculum that was really, really clear. I only did kids one of the days, but it was awesome because all of the kids were able to go, oh yeah, cool, I know what's going on in this book that's really confusing and really strange, and it was really, really awesome to show how clear it can actually be delivered and how easily understood it can be at its basic level. And there was stuff I was like, oh, I haven't heard some of this stuff before explained in this way, and it was really cool to sit through and be like, yeah, we can study the Bible wherever we're at, and so that was a really cool testament to that, having all these kids being like, yeah, I know what the horns mean, and I know what the eyes mean, and I know what the the scrolls mean, and it was really cool to have all that going on as well.
Yeah, and the most number of people we've ever had volunteer to do kid stuff, which is epic.
It was Tim was saying it was oversubscribed. They had too many people say they could do kids,
which was awesome.
Yeah, which is so
exactly the problem you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and I had the same thing with like, it's one of the few times we have everyone from all our campuses together. So for me, looking after arts and the music for Week Away, it was really fun to get to play with a whole bunch. Like I always love getting to play with people I don't get to play with as often, mixing the bands up. It was the first time that people from Ride have played in a bigger, like kind of a bigger setup.
Grace and Michelle?
Grace and Michelle with Zach band leading was very fun. Like it's just a really cool culture of like, I also like gave permission to the gathering coordinators and a few of the band leaders and just said, if you're around, just jump up. So like Liam would jump up on keys and Pete just played guitar one of the days.
Right.
And so it just meant for a really fun culture of like, oh, like this is fun and it's we're serving, but we're also just like hanging out together and creating relationship and working together to do something, which was really fun. And the same goes for Cuz and the sound team. They were all jumping up and having fun and getting stuff done, and yeah, it's really lovely. I enjoy mornings with Cuz on sound.
Mornings
very
with
fun.
Cuz.
He offers me a Coke Zero at far too early in the morning.
Far too early.
But yeah, I love He works very hard. I love getting to catch up. And that's the thing, is like catching up with people that you don't get to see as often.
Yep.
I was bummed I didn't get to chat to as many of the ride crew as I would like to, but
Nor did I.
it's cool. We're hanging out with them at late night now once a term, so I'll get to do that then.
Yeah.
But yeah, really good to chat to a number of people that I don't get to chat to as much.
Yeah, I believe it was the largest week away we've ever had.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was
250 plus.
Yeah.
Something like
I
that.
think that's
A whole bunch of Airbnbs in use because we can't fit everyone in.
Yeah. There's a lot of people.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's very,
I
very
did hear, I think it might have been the house that your dad, Stu, was in, had a bath.
cool. I was not aware of
I
that.
did hear that.
I was aware of the
Luxury.
the heated
Yeah.
tiles in the bathroom though. That
Whoa.
was unreal.
That
Wow.
is really good.
I may or may not have
Use that.
used that shower instead of the public showers at Kaluna.
Really?
I don't
That's
know if
not-
the public showers at Kaluna even.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing
Work.
better than getting out of a nice hot shower and literally feeling your teeth chatter because you're so cold.
How's that possible, bro?
Oh, dude.
So
yeah,
cold.
it's so
And
cold in
it's
there.
just you may as well be doing it outside.
Yeah.
Like it's just brick
Just
and
do-
wind.
Like Tom Batty a few years ago, cold plunge in the pool
You know.
Yeah.
every morning.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
We're too far away from the pool at Kaluna, man. We'd have to walk
Oh,
all
yeah,
the
you
way
would.
back.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
You need to set
Yeah,
it up.
that's my reason for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely why.
Definitely that.
I don't
the
want to
only
walk
thing
all the
stopping
way
it.
back.
I don't want to walk all the way back wet. That would be outrageous.
What is this, summer? I did get. I know I made a big deal about it on Tuesday. I did get a cold shower on the Tuesday morning. I'm like, yes, I'm getting back to normal again.
It was fun to have the different personalities of people leading the different services. Like Paul, I love Paul.
Oh, he's so funny.
Yeah, but it's great to have Paul, like, just bring all that energy. Joey, like, yeah, and
Oh, yeah,
that
Joey.
was the other thing, the interviews.
Oh,
Yeah.
How good were the
They were
interviews?
unreal.
Each
They
one
were unreal.
amazing for different reasons, but like just
Yeah.
so really cool to hear what different people were doing, but also people just really open and lovely,
Yeah.
and it
To get up the front and do that, it
yeah.
still takes a fair bit of courage to do that. So
Yeah. So they were awesome. All of them.
All of
Yeah.
them. All of them
Mm.
were awesome.
Yeah.
and also like how God's working in their lives and how they've let God work in them.
Mm.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I interviewed Ben and Lauren on Tuesday morning, and that was quite heavy,
Yeah.
but very encouraging at the same time
Yep.
because they were like, "No, we want to talk about this in front of everyone
Yeah.
because we want to help other people," and that's a lovely servant-hearted
Mm.
approach. I was
Yeah.
trying to think of the right word. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really lovely.
Mike Dicker said that he was shocked every single interview happened to line up with something he was talking about
Yeah, right.
in each of the sermons he was doing,
Yeah,
and he was just mind blown by all of them. Like it wasn't just one of them lined up really nicely; all of them lined up amazingly.
I mean, God's really working. Like we're spending so much time together there. It's like God's really working
Mm.
at that time.
Yeah.
Which is he always is. But yeah, you can
He saw some cool stuff.
you can really see some cool stuff there.
Mm.
Any other highlights?
Hmm. What else do we do?
Telestrations. It's the only game I played the whole time I was there was one game of Telestrations, and it was
Oh.
very fun. I recommend Telestrations highly, but only if you're playing with people who aren't playing properly.
Yeah, you don't want to play with people. It's way more.
Is that the one where you have to draw it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
and then
like
you pass it on?
Yeah.
Yep.
I watched. I watched a game of Mafia. That was the
Mafia.
most aggravating game of Mafia I've
I
ever
can't
seen.
do it.
No,
I
it was
can't do
awesome.
Mafia.
It was so. I'm so glad I wasn't playing. It was unbelievably funny. So the people who were the Mafia were not. Didn't know what they were doing, and one person was taking the game really seriously,
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. I love
and they
this.
figured out that they were the Mafia round one
Yeah.
because of a slip up, and and the Mafia still won because everyone else just woke up and chose chaos. And
Wouldn't believe the
wouldn't
person.
believe the person.
They're like, I know it is. I know it is.
Fully, and it was like, and every time that person had an opinion, someone else would completely throw him off.
Kill themselves at one
Yeah,
point.
it's
So, like they were like, "Oh yeah, okay, I'll kill the Mafia," and they kill
Kill
themselves.
themselves, and then they were like, they were voting. It was like completely wasting votes, and then it was unreal. Yeah, 'cause
Tricking
someone was
other
like-
people into voting for people who were already dead.
Yeah, it was so good.
It's wild.
It
Yeah,
was really funny.
that was a very good one to just be a bystander.
I think Luca threw something.
Yeah,
like,
there's nothing better than someone walking away from a game yelling, "I'm never playing this game again." That's the sign of a good game.
Oh yeah, I've had one.
oh, it was so funny.
Many years ago, I had one like that. And I was like, oh my gosh.
And the people who were like, it was a lovely. Ross and Abby had played for the first time, and Abby was the Mafia person, and she was so confused as to why she hadn't gotten out round one. And she was talking to me afterwards. She was like, I don't think that's how the game was supposed to be played, was it? And I was like, nah, that was not normal. But also, it was perfection. It was so good.
I once had, I won't name any names, but a Mafia game that I'm like, oh, I don't want to play this. And then I got roped into it. I'm like, okay, I'll play it. And I reckon it took an hour to start.
Yeah,
And then
that's on brand.
the person who really wanted to play it, had tried to get everyone into it and everything, just got killed off the first round. And they stood up and said, well, clearly no one wants me to play. And they stormed off to bed.
Oh my goodness, really?
Oh, no.
Oh, there was
It's not a good game.
It's not. We had a
not a-
friend growing up.
Not a good game for fellowship.
Every time we played it in high school, we killed Luke because he had red hair. That was every single game. I don't think he's played since.
We used
Actually,
to-
no, he
yeah.
played that game a week away, that chaos game.
What a way to come back.
And he was the one who killed himself.
So that's bullying via a card
Yeah.
game.
Totally, it's
slash-
exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
exactly what it was.
lastly, that sparked a memory. My other highlight was me being like, "Oh, good, I have a week off soccer because I've been struggling with a couple of injuries." I'm like, "Oh, cool, I've got a week off soccer. This will be good to recover." And then we played the most intense soccer game for like a couple of hours.
It was hours.
And it was meant to
hours.
just be like, so Josh and Vinny were organising it, and they were being very serious, getting people's names beforehand so they can make the teams even and stuff. And it went for hours, and it
So
just got more and more. It was very fun
So good.
because it started off with the younger crew being quite fiery and playing properly, but then as more older crew joined in, they got more fiery
Oh,
and
that's
into
good.
it.
It was really
That's
good.
good.
It was really
The pitch was like, it was just the worst thing
atrocious.
possible. As someone like who was just suffering from the beginning,
Yeah.
it was just running through potholes and atrocious.
And the
like,
grass was just that little bit too long. It was
but so fun.
so fun.
Banjo
It was awesome.
scored an absolute screamer of a header.
Oh, it was unreal.
And they were all celebrating like he won the World Cup, which
Yeah.
was very fun. But then chatting to Brado later, Banjo has never scored a goal because he plays at the
really?
back.
Ah,
So it was
that's so good.
that's a fun week away memory for me.
Yeah.
It's just like, playing and having a great time. And more people joining in as it was going. And like, just as we started like getting tired and losing momentum, a couple more people would join in and be like, yeah, let's go. And you're like, oh, my ankles.
which is hilarious because we were like that, but all the young crew were like, let's keep going. Like they were just the whole time.
That's
Yeah,
good.
Logan was playing goals, made some screaming saves at
Yep.
points. Like,
It's
it was
unreal.
very fun. Cousin goals as well.
Cousin goals was
Oh, right.
unbelievable.
Logan must have a good coach.
I don't know how someone didn't break their leg. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Oh, especially Cuz.
He's got a rod in it. I don't know if he can break it again.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
dude, it
maybe.
was so good.
Yeah. So that was
Yeah,
that was
that
very,
was really fun.
I think like there's a thread through a lot of these things for me. Like the trivia was an all age, all stage thing. The soccer was an all age, like just different people, different ages, different gatherings. Same with the music thing, different people of different gatherings.
Yep.
Like it's like, how often do you have? I once got up at a Friday gathering and I said, how many people have friends of different ages to you that aren't related to you? And I was trying to make the point that like church is one of the only places that happens, and all of them put their hands up because of church. I made my point completely
redundant.
completely redundant.
Yeah.
But like that's
was
what I
really- it was
enjoy
such a
so
great little
much.
moment,
Is
yeah.
like we were playing a soccer game with like Banjo, who's still in primary school, with a bunch of the youth boys and the youth girls, and then people like Fish and I, who I'll call Fish a young adult, and I'll call me an adult, and then
When did you graduate?
yeah, I don't know. I feel like
And why are you offended?
I'm not offended.
I feel like
wondering
when I'm
he
closer to
graduated.
30 than 20,
Yeah, okay, fair.
than 20,
Yeah.
then I
That'll do
become an adult. I
Yeah.
can't read young adult fiction anymore. Not that I ever really did. And then also like people who are parents and older crew as well. Like it was very, very fun.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah. It was very good.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's the point of Week Away,
Mm-hmm.
to be all age, all stage for a number of days.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. And just to wrap it up, one camp to another for you two.
Yeah.
You're off to a youth camp.
Yes, tonight.
Yes.
Yes.
First ever Soul Revival
First
Church youth camp.
Ever.
Ever.
I said ever.
First ever.
It's the first ever.
Worst ever sickness.
Worst ever sickness.
Yeah, I can't speak properly after it. That's why.
That's how much damage it's done to you.
Yeah. It'll never be the same.
Looking
There was
forward to it.
pre-Joel and
Oh.
post-Joel.
Like it's pre-millennial, post-millennial.
Don't even go there. So youth camp tonight.
Youth camp tonight.
Mhm.
All weekend.
Maybe one day someone will.
I
We
think
were talking
it's-
about it the other day. Maybe in 15 years' time, someone will be coming on the Chip Lodge podcast and saying, I was
remember
on this
that
camp
one. Yeah.
and because of Fee Francesconi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
And that's, I think it's wild that you're catching the train.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
I think it hadn't really sparked. I think it's because obviously we haven't done a camp before. It's been a long time since I've been on a camp. Like last time, I was a youth.
Yeah.
So however long ago that was,
Mhm.
a while ago. I think, and Week Away was obviously such a big thing. I hadn't really sparked with me until I was chatting to people last Friday night how excited they all are. Like they are so keen. And I think I was like, lit the fire again. I was kind of like, you're in organization mode and you're trying to get things done and stuff. But I was like, we're making memories, people.
That's
This is going
it.
to be fun.
That's
It's
it.
going to be very fun.
Yeah.
And again, that extended time to hang out, have discussion groups, have quiet time as well. And like you think about how many cool insights and sparks that you had on camps, whether it was Week Away or youth camps, in terms of your relationship with God. I remember having some great moments in times like that. But also it's like, it's just going to be so good to hang out with them. We've got a really, really, really fun crew. Yeah. And so they're going to have a ball.
Really keen.
No matter, we could have planned nothing for this whole weekend and the crew that we have would have made it epic.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited.
Yeah, no matter what we do, it'll be awesome.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, I think that's probably a good point to finish on.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your time, gentlemen.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Gentlemen.
Good to hang out. Good to debrief.
Good to debrief.
Talk about highlights. Talk
Yeah.
about things we're looking forward to.
Yep.
From camp to camp.
From camp to camp.
There's the highlight. Oh, it's the title.
A highlight.
The highlight is the
Clip
title.
it.
Clip it.
Clip it.
All right. Thank you very much for listening, guys. Thank you, Braden and Ethan.
Episode
Appreciate
90.
you guys.
Episode 90.
Episode 90. We are 10 away from 100, guys.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
We need to start organising our
100.
100
Yeah.
100-year celebration. 100-episode celebration.
episode celebration.
Yeah.
What are we
Yeah.
going to do?
Hello,
Do
cake.
100 people in 100 minutes.
Do we have a chip cake? Do you know how to make a chip cake?
Someone out
Chip
there
cake.
probably does.
Chip cake.
Someone
Potato.
who-
Surely there's some
Yeah.
kind of potato cake that
Someone,
exists.
yeah, someone that has
Irish.
a bit more spare time than me.
There's
Did you say
potato
Irish?
bread.
You're Irish.
Yeah.
You got Irish history.
Yes.
There is potato bread. Yeah, you could just do
Potato
heaps of
cake.
layers of potato bread.
Is a potato cake just a potato bake?
Oh, I looked up.
maybe.
Yes, that's exactly what that is. I looked up chip
potato
cake
bake
and it thinks I
surrounded
want
by
chocolate
potato
chip.
bread.
Yeah.
I don't want chocolate chip. Google. I want
Potato bake's
potato
pretty
chip.
good. I'd cop a potato bake for a cake.
A little candle in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
There we go.
Oh, bro, Reese's potato chip cake.
oh wow. That-
Damn.
that's a bit off.
Oh no, it's like literal, like
Potatoes.
Smiths.
The potato cakes are kind of like almost
they
like
look hash brown.
like egg fritters or whatever.
Yeah. Is a hash brown a
full
potato
English
cake?
potato cake recipe on BBC Good Food, but it's the same thing. It's
Yeah. Is it just one big hash brown?
massive hash brown. That would be funny.
No, it
There's
thinks.
so many ways to do this.
Yeah, I think we'll
Yeah.
figure it out. I think a potato baked with a candle would be really funny.
I feel like you do you get a cake tin, you do
This
hash
is a-
browns around the outside. As
It's just a chocolate cake.
This says no. It says it's a chocolate potato cake recipe.
yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't know if I want a potato cake.
I don't want chocolate involved. I
want-
think I'm
I
thinking
want-
savory.
Yeah,
It's-
I'm thinking
okay.
savoury. I mean,
It's got one. It's got 1 cup of cold mashed potatoes added to it, but then it basically seems like a cake.
Yeah.
The other ingredients like
It's
sugar
like
and
hiding
eggs and-
vegetables in your in your sweets.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Thank you.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We've got
Yeah.
10 episodes. to
10
do it.
episodes. So
Yeah.
about 10 weeks.
That's it.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thank you everyone for listening or watching. One way.
One way.